Hello there guys and girls, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match. This is Cup of Nations 2015, second group stage, group 5. It's Agony's Achilles playing as the Huns against VM's Ultramarine playing as the Ostrogoths on planes. Now let's hit slow motion and go over the builds. So for the Huns, we have actually a different build by Achilles this time. So as usual, he can step chieftain general, but only gold 1 and brace. Let's see, up front the regular 5 step lancers, but we have a change, actually a pretty big change. So all the way in the back we have the usual 6 warriors, but then we have some archers on the field. So let's see, we have a mix of step and war archers. So we have 3 step bows on the left and then 3 war archers on the right, it seems. Very, very interesting choice. Now in terms of the infantry contingent, of Austrian infantry on each flank. So not as much infantry this time around for Achilles, but let's see. Oh, why am I not keeping it in slow-mo? Anyway, let's go over the build of the Ostrogoths here. Germanic noble general as usual with, which ability is it? It's indeed Warcry. Let's see the cavalry contingent. So a lot of Germanic horsemen as expected, 6 of those, but the thing is they're all vanilla. So the one thing Germanic horsemen of vanilla have is pretty bad morale, and as you can see here, 38 morale, and that is because they are getting boosted. Their morale is being boosted right now due to units that have the encourage ability, like say the Germanic nobles. Well, yeah, they don't really have the encourage ability, or do they? No, they have discipline. Yeah, they don't have encouraged ability, but probably because they're in the radius of the general or something like that. Not quite sure why their morale is getting upped like that, because they are vanilla. So something is boosting up their morale, either the general or because I don't see any other units that he has that could give him encourage. Anyway, let's go the rest of the build. So in the back we see 3 Gothic Palatina defectors, I mean 1 on each flank and then 1 in the center. We see some Germanic archers, it's just 3 of those this time around. As for the sword contingent, a lot of Gothic warband actually. 6 Gothic warband. Now let's hit play and watch the battle unfold. But very, very interesting build here by the Huns though. Different compared to what I've usually seen from Achilles. We'll see if it does pay off or if it doesn't. But usually it's... yeah, the Huns have a really hard time in really mostly all matchups. The one faction they probably have an advantage against is the Sassanids, because the Sassanids are like the weakest faction, whereas the Huns are the second weakest faction, I think, in my opinion anyway. But that's going to change with the Celtic DLC pack. I haven't really looked at it yet personally, but I think it's definitely going to change anyway. Step Lancers just pulling back, I mean just lots of kiting going on. Some projectiles though onto these oars, so some damage was done by the Germanic archers. And again, Germanic archers far better than all the archers that Huns can bring, particularly because of the range. As you can see, excellent range versus good range, so just a lot of extra shots will be able to be given by the Germanic archers, especially if guiding is involved. I mean, right now he could just be pulling back his Germanic archers behind his main line and then just targeting. But it looks like he's just going to take the engagement, which I'm not sure about. And now the Germanic horsemen pushing up forward, but yeah, he doesn't want to overcommit with them. The thing is though, he's obstructing his own Germanic archers by just moving in front of them and annoying them, so I think both players are actually doing that right now. This is kind of a mistake. Also some friendly fire as well with the archers, so both players making some mistakes actually, I think. They should be a little bit more careful with how they use their cavalry. And now the infantry is gonna push forward. It's gonna do the same, not the same thing as the cavalry, but still gonna annoy the archers. But I mean, at this point, like he has to go forward and attack the Huns. That means I mean, they're gonna go for it. So the Gothic warband actually taking significant damage here. Now the cavalry of the Goths pushing forward. Step Lancers getting in position. And they're gonna go in for the charge. But we see also the infantry of the Huns close by. They are able to support, whereas look at how far behind the infantry of the Ostrogoths is. And now, only now are they being pulled into the engagement, whereas the Ur warriors are already fighting. Engagement in the center already started. These Germanic horsemen are going to die because of Ur's both 2 units. These Germanic horsemen are going to die, and these Germanic horsemen are going to die. So, some excellent engagements by Achilles. Even the Steppe Chieftain going around once again. It should just probably get a rear charge onto these Gothic warband and then just disengage, but he's being very aggressive with it. I mean, this is, again, too crazy. I mean, pushing him forward over here is a massive mistake, I think. Because right now, he's gonna get some jabs onto him by the Gothic Palatina defectors. It's lost some men. Now it's getting targeted by Germanic archers. Now he's being chased by 2 Germanic horsemen. So again, huge mistake here with the Steppe Chieftain by the Huns, but doesn't matter because the initial engagements were just so good for the Huns, just breaking through everywhere except the right. So that was very good engagement for the Huns, I would say. And the cavalry or the Ostrogoths is just not gonna be able to do it here. Gothic Palatina defectors engaging Ur warriors. Well, we'll know who'll take that. These Germanic archers being pushed up too far forward, kind of going into the melee. Gothic Palatina defectors flanking. This is the one hope for the Ostrogoths, but at this point they don't have much hope left. Germanic horsemen still going around for the Ostrogoths, but what are the Ostrogoths going to do? I mean, these units are all breaking. Yes, there's this Gothic Palatina defector holding out really well and getting a decent amount of kills, but the Germanic noble general of the Ostrogoths is about to get engaged here. He should be pulling them back. No way he can handle the Ur warriors. So this is a nice cav charge with the Germanic horsemen into these Ur archers and steppe bows. But here's the thing. Yeah, he's gonna do a lot of damage on the charge. He might even kill the archers, but there's a Bosphorian infantry here, and that's gonna rout the Germanic horsemen. As you can see, the Germanic noble is going to start dying very quickly to the Ur warriors. The infantry generals, like Germanic nobles, are pretty bad, so be very careful about engaging them in melee against most units. You really don't want to engage your infantry general normally, because he's going to die very quickly, because he is pretty bad. Unless he's like a chieftain with Gedricht or something like that. That unit is very tanky, and it can kill a lot. So yeah, the Gothic Palatina defectors here are gonna get destroyed by these units, and nice focus onto this cavalry unit by the Huns here. Also needs to change target to that Germanic horseman. Looks like it's happening. And now this unit should be routed off the field. General for the Huns still alive, but friendly fire might rout him. And now finally all of the units for the Ostrogoths should start wavering. Let's see these units going for a charge. Yeah, this is fairly decisive though in favor of the Huns. So looking very, very good for Achilles this game. I mean, I just don't see how he's gonna end up losing it. All these archers just targeting the routing units, and well, not routing, but they might rout because of the flaming shot now. These archers pushing a bit too far forward into the Gothic warband, but it's not gonna matter because the Urs are killing the Gothic warband off, and they are routed. Still, the game isn't over yet because these Germanic horsemen came back. More targeting onto the Germanic horsemen, and now they're off the field. These 2 units still on the field, kind of wavering but not really routing, still trying to do damage onto the Ur archers. And yeah, they're firing, they're doing their best, but I mean, don't they already know that the rest of the army is gone, so why are they sticking around here? They should just be routing. Come on guys, rout. Don't you care about your lives? Why are you standing here? Knowing that the battle is lost, yet you still fight. So there you go. The game is over, so Achilles is going to get a win in his group, despite the initial hiccup in his group. I mean, he had some very close games, though, to be fair. One of them wasn't so close, but still, 2 of the ones that he lost were insanely close. But let's see the statistics. Ur warriors massive damage done by them here, as you were able to see, because most of the time they didn't get charges off. They were there supporting the cav engagement from the beginning. Something very important to note. So the Steppe Lancers charged into the Germanic Horsemen, then the Urs followed up almost immediately. Now the problem for the Ostrogoths is that the Gothic warband were so far behind that they didn't really get into the cav fight. And not only that, but I mean the Germanic Horsemen were just so wasted because of that reason, and you kind of really need Germanic Horsemen. I mean, at that point, it felt to me that the game was already over. Yeah, that's the game, so I hope you guys and girls enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.